first chapter, which is summarizing what is referred to as the later pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Later pastimes include his middle pastimes and that's called Madhya Lila, and his final pastimes, which is referred to as the Antya Lila. So let's see. We will begin from 1:1:5. Ananta Purushottama Sri Janardana Padmanabha Vasudeva Kaila Darshana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then visited the Vishnu temples of Anantadev, Purushottama, Sri Nardana, Padmanabha, and Vasudeva. Report. A temple of Ananta Padmanabha Vishnu is situated in the Trivandrum district, Tiruvananthapuram. This temple is very famous in those quarters. Another Vishnu temple named Sri Janardana is situated about 26 miles north of the Trivandrum district, near the railway station called Varakala. Text 116. Tabe Prabhu Koila Saptatala Vimochana. Setu Bandhe Snana Rameshwara Darshana. You're in the famous book? Rameshwara Darshana? We had to read it. After that, the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered the celebrated Saptatala trees, took his bath at Setu Bandana Rameshwara, and visited the temple of Lord Shiva, known as Rameshwara. It is said that the Saptatala trees were very old, massive palm trees. There was once a fight between Vali and his brother Sugriva, and Lord Ramachandra took the side of Sugriva and killed Vali, keeping himself behind one of those celebrated trees. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu toured South India, he embraced the trees, which were delivered and directly promoted to Vaikuntha. Text 117. Tahani Korila Kurma Purana Sravan Maya Sita Dileka Raman Tahate Dikan. At Rameshwara, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a chance to read the Kurma Purana, in which he discovered that the form of Sita, kidnapped by Ravana, was not that of the real Sita, but a mere shadow representation. The Kurma Purana states, purport, the Kurma Purana states that this shadowy Sita was placed into a fire as a test of chastity. It was Maya Sita, who entered the fire, and the real Sita came out of the fire. Yeah. Text 118. Shunya prabhura anandita hailamana. Rama dasa viprera hatha haila smarana. Translation: Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very glad to read about the false Sita, and he remembered his meeting with Ramdas Vipra, who was very, very sorry that Mother Sita had been kidnapped by Ravana. Se puratana patra agraha karinila Ramadase dekaya dukka kandaina. Translation: Indeed, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eagerly tore this page from the Kurma Purana, although the book was very old, and he later showed it to Ramdas Vipra, whose unhappiness was mitigated. Yeah. Text 120. Brahma Samhita Karnamrita Dve Punti Pana Dve Pustaka Dana Aila Uttama Janina. Translation: Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also found two other books, namely the Brahma Samhita and Krishna Karnamrita. Knowing these books to be excellent, he took them to present to his devotees. Purport: in the olden days, when there was no presses, and all the important scriptures were handwritten and kept in large temples. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu found the Brahma Samhita and Krishna Karnamrita in handwritten texts, and knowing them to be very authoritative, he took them with him to present to his devotees. Of course, he obtained permission. Of course, he obtained permission of the temple commander. Now both the Brahma Samhita and the Krishna Karnamrita are considered are available in print with commentaries by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Yeah, especially the Brahma Samhita has quite heavy purports, difficult, because the father of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was himself quite learned in English. He was an English teacher, magistrate, he had to learn English. So his son, especially this son, Saraswati, it is said that his English was so good, was so high, so elevated, that ordinary English people could not follow him. Even people from Britain, they were afraid to talk to him because he was using words they didn't know. And we see that in the purport of the Brahma Samhita. Yeah, a very like we say. Yeah, of course we know that Saraswati or Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, after he left Calcutta, he had the opportunity to to be in Tripura. And in Tripura, he was being, let's say, maintained by the king of Tripura. And that king of Tripura had many books. He had a big library. So if someone is a little bit intellectual, they usually like to read books. So if you put an intellectual people in a room or in a house full of books, he experiences anda. He's very happy because he can read and read it. So, of course, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is already very learned, but he had access to all of these books that were there in the Agartala. I think. Yeah. Agartala is the capital. Huh? Yeah, you're supposed to know from India. So these are the two books. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came back, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came back from South India, he brought these two books that he had taken, Prabhupada explains, with permission. The Lord is not, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna, he is Makanchor, he is Chor, but Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he took permission. And when he came back to Bengal, he told all the devotees that anyone who wants a copy, they can come and they have to write. That was the system. So if you have a book that you have yourself copied, you will likely tend to take care of that book and won't give it away so easily. Yeah. So that's how these two books came about. Yeah. 121. Punarapi Nilachale Gamana Korila Bhakta Gane Vidya Snana Yatra Tequila. After collecting these two books, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned to Jagannath Puri. At that time, the bathing ceremony of Lord of Jagannath was taking place, and he saw it. Text 122. Anavasade Jagannathe na Pana Darshana Virahe Alalanata Kurira Gaman. Translation and purport. When Jagannath was absent from the temple, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who could not meet him, felt separation and left Jagannath Puri to go to a place known as Atalanat. Atalanat. Anyone been there? You been? No? You been? Yeah? So I also went. The word Anavalsara is used when Sri Jagannath Ji cannot be seen in the temple. After the bathing ceremony, Snan Yatra, Lord Jagannath apparently becomes sick. He is therefore removed to his private apartment when no one can see him. Actually, during this period, hmm, during this period, renovations are made on the body of Lord of the Jagannath Deity. This is called Nava Yovana. Oh, we find in the Brahma Samhita. During the Rath Yatra ceremony, Lord Jagannath once again comes before the public. Thus far, 15 days after the bathing ceremony, Lord Jagannath is not able to see, is not visible to any visitors. Yeah. Okay, this chapter continues. My God. Uh, continues for a long time. Okay, so we'll give me a few more. Bhakta Sane Dina Kata Tahani Rahila Godera Bhakta Aise Samad Chara Paila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remained for some days in Atalanath. Oh, Alalanath. Yes, Alalanath. Because Lord Jagannath was not in the temple, so he stayed. In the meantime, he received news that all the devotees from Bengal were coming to Jagannath Puri. They were planning their yearly journey to Orissa, Bhubaneswar, knowing how many days, like 1 month before, 1 month of walking. Yes, yeah. Mm. When the devotees from Bengal arrived at Jagannath Puri, both Nityananda Prabhu and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya greatly endeavored to take Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu back to Jagannath Puri. Okay, we will close here for now. Yeah. Jai Sri Chaitanya